Hi guys, I'm going to show you really quickly how students submit tasks and how you can provide feedback to those students and how you can also use Google Classroom for assessment. This is going to be a quick one. I'm going to show you using two different screens. This screen is the teacher screen that you can see with the purple R. That's me. And then this is a generic student user account, just so that you get a bit of an idea of how the two speak to each other. So let's talk about the students first. They log in using their Gmail credentials. They go to the waffle and find Google Classroom. Sometimes Google Classroom doesn't appear there and it's down the bottom. If you're making an instructional sheet for kids and parents, you might need to tell them that because that trips them up from time to time. So the student comes to this landing page. If they've had Google Classrooms before in the past, they will be listed there. If it's the first time they've ever joined, they go up to the plus and they're going to add your class. So they need to access a class code. Now, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, the class code sits here on your landing page on Google Classroom. Once they've entered that code in, their Gmail will hold that Google Classroom there for them. They don't need to enter it in each time. It sort of saves automatically. So you send that code home. So the student comes to Google Classroom. They can join the class by adding the code. And they are into the class. So this is the landing page where the student can see any messages that I've written and also any assignments that have been posted. So they can access it from there or through classwork. So today the assignment is an art project. They click on it and click View Assignment to see it in full. Here they can see the instructions. There are some supporting materials that go with this lesson, an introduction that I have done on video explaining the task in more detail, and a YouTube video as well. So what they need to do is, you can see over here there is a private comments bar. So if they're having any difficulty, they can write comments that is just between the student and teacher. The other students won't see those comments. I can see up here if there is a grade. This one I've set to 100 just so I can show you how that grading tool works a little bit later. Over here it says your work and it's assigned, and if they click the add or create button, they can then choose to add the different parts of the assignment. So it might just be one, they can add multiple. In this case we might do a doc and then a photo or image of their artwork. So if they click create new and they're going to make a new doc, you can see that the program generates that doc for them so that they can start working in it straight away. So if they click in this, it takes them to a Google Doc so they can start writing the description for their collage. Now they can, when they're finished, they can turn it in through here and it will then ask them again if they're sure they want to hand it in, or if they go back in here, you can see there's a hand in button. It depends on how many tasks you're expecting them to submit. So let's add a photo as well of our beautiful artwork that we've made. So in this case, we're going to upload one from the computer. It might be from their Google Drive. It depends on your students and their capability levels of how you want to do it. So we can see I'm uploading the picture. So I've got my Google Doc with my written explanation and my image. Now, I'm happy with that. I'm going to write a comment to the teacher. Hope you enjoy my artwork. And I can then hand in my work. And it gives me this little reminder to make sure that I'm happy. If we go now to the teacher page, we can see in classwork, into collage, I can see that someone has handed it in. So if I click on here, I can see that generic user has handed in 2 attachments. So over here, I can automatically give them a score if I've had a look. If I go into it, I can have a really good look at their project and I can add the score over here as well, and it will translate back into that other page. So I'm going to have a look and I can say that they're going to get 50 out of 100. I'm going to have a look at the screenshot as well, look at the picture. And I'm going to go, oh, I might need to change my grade here. And this is not an actual grading. I'm just putting it in as an example. I would love a little more detail on your description. We might just say the artwork is great. Is fantastic. Okay, and then I can post that. So, see where it says return? I then hit return. That sends it back to my student. Now, this is the thing that I love. If we go back to the student page, it's gone in, it's been marked, and there's a resubmit option. So if I'm the student and I want to just leave it, I can sit on my 60 out of 100. Or there's the option for me to go back and to update my work, which is fantastic. And then I can resubmit when I've made those changes. One more thing I'm going to show you is in classwork. If you go to the assignment, this is from the teacher's perspective. If you come up here to the settings cog, you can see that you can copy all marks to Google Sheets. And from there, you will see a spreadsheet with all of the students, their scores, and what the activity was so that you can save that. Be aware that if students do resubmit, you'll need to generate this again, or you might like to save versions to show growth in the task. That's all I'm going to cover today. That was very brief, but it just runs you through the basics. If you have any questions, send me an email through the Evolve website.